Alright, we're going to check out this red dot and magnifier combo from CVLIFE today. I gotta say right off the bat, really impressed with this packaging. It's probably the nicest packaging I've seen from them so far. So we'll do a quick unboxing overview here and then take her down the range, get her mounted up, try her out. So we got some stuff just floating on top here. There's a screen wipe, silica. It's like some tools here. There's 2 batteries. It should only use 1. Usually they give you an extra, which is always nice. That looks like another screen wipe. There's another silica pack. There's some sort of mounting screws there. They already got the Loctite on them. There's our instructions manual there for the sight. And then there's the instruction manual for the magnifier, which I thought this magnifier looked pretty cool. It kind of looks like a grenade, doesn't it? So, looks like that's the red dot there. Okay, take a closer look at that in just a second. What do we got here? It looks like the mounting base for something. There's another little wrench there. And then finally, here is the magnifier. And there's that guy there, so I'm not sure what that other plate for is. Must just be something extra or maybe a different mounting system, because it looks like these already have the mounts that you would need to get attached. But anyways, I'll show all that once we get them mounted up. This should pivot out of your way. Yep. So you have your red dot set up, and this will be flopped off to the side unless you want the magnification. Then you roll her over, and it'll be lined up and all that. Looks like this is adjustable as well. If I remember correctly from the last magnifier I used, that's because when you hook these up in conjunction, it might sometimes, this will be sighted in for your rifle, so it might be slightly offset in here. So that's what these are for, so you can adjust what you're seeing through here to get your dot nice and centered and your magnifier there. That's what those are for. And then here's the dot, which I will get some good images for you guys, because it's going to be impossible for me to show you what the dot looks like in here. Let me see here. Where's our on off? Oh, okay, they're on the top there. So this must be, oh, that's for the battery. Okay, which there's probably not one in it. Yeah, so I'm going to pop one in there real quick. I'll just show you turning it on and off, but again, it's going to look real big and fuzzy in here. I'm going to have to get her down to the range and get my camera on the right setting to show you guys what it looks like. I got the battery in her there, so you can hit literally any of these buttons and it'll turn it on there. Again, it's going to look huge in here because I'm going to have to take it outside, get a good focus on it to show you guys the dot, which we'll do later in the video, but it's a little 2 MOA dot. This does have motion activated, shake awake, and auto on, auto off. So you can press and hold either of these buttons. It'll shut it off. So we're in manual mode right now. If you want it to do it automatically, you will just leave it on. It's got to not move at all. So set it up. It's supposed to go off after about 4 minutes. And then as soon as you move it again, like you pick up the firearm, it'll automatically kick back on. In order for it to do that, you're going to have to let it go out. Now, if you manually shut it off, like what I'm doing here, then you're still in manual mode. It's not going to automatically kick on when you pick it up. I've had a few comments on that. For some reason, people seem to get confused about that. So it does have auto on, auto off. But if you want it to do that, you're going to have it on, and then let it shut off on its own, and then it'll be in that mode. Otherwise, you can just operate it manually like what I'm doing here right now. So I'll get some images for you guys out on the range. And the other base, by the way, that is a low profile mount. This whole thing detaches, so this is the high mount here, but if you want a low profile mount to drop it down low, that's what this guy right here is for. And real quick, if you want to pause and read, there's the basic stats for you, but we're going to get down the range now, get her mounted up, slide it in, and see how she does. Alright, down here at the rifle range, got her all mounted up here. We're getting ready to take our first shots. See where she's hitting, get her zeroed in there. Just wanted to give you a quick look. And I'll get some images for you guys as best as I can of the reticle, red dot, different ranges, show you what it looks like. And hopefully I can get it to also focus through the magnifier here and do the same. So stay tuned for that. I'll get what I can. It always looks way better in person. Gonna start out here, 25 yards. Laser rangefinder confirmed. See where she's impacting there. If you guys are looking to get a good budget rangefinder, link in the description of this one I use here. Been using it for years, love it. Come in well under $100. All right, let's see where these first shots got us going here. So the BCA side charging 556 upper. Check out my campsite page for more on that. I gotta take my caps off and turn her on. I don't need this magnifier yet. I'm gonna check it out real quick though, actually. Oh yeah, that brings me way closer to the target. That's awesome. Hopefully I can get images of that for you guys. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and use that. And let me turn this down a bit. So here we go. First shot's 25 yards. Just aiming dead center. All right. So we are low right there. Got to bring her up some and bring her to the left some. So to do that, you can unscrew your caps here. And on these caps, they already got the little like flathead screwdriver thing you need to adjust it. Clearly marked, it says turn it left or counterclockwise to go up, which we need to go up some. I need to finalize my zero at least 50 yards, but we do need to come up some. And we needed to go to the left. So let's see where that gets us. I'm just getting it close here at 25, and then we're gonna probably finalize it at 50. All right, I gave it a good more amount of clicks up than I did left there. I might have turned it the wrong way. So we got our height good there, at least for 25. Again, it's probably going to be different. Yeah, I turned it the wrong way. So I was going to say, it did look like it shifted a little to the right down there. I turned it the wrong way. I meant to go left. So let me get this sucker lined up here and go the opposite direction. So that should be a lot closer. But I'm going to go ahead and walk her down to 50 yards now. We'll finalize at 50. All right, got her down there at 50 now. And I got a few shots on target there because I've been doing a few other videos. But I'm going to go for that top red dot there. Finalize my zero. All right, so a little high left there, so bring her down some and a hair to the right. Made a slight adjustment. Let's see where I'm at now. All right, looks like I straightened her up there, still a tad high, so another couple clicks, 2 or 3 clicks should bring it down where I want. But I'm okay with that being a smidge high at 50 because I want this thing zeroed for further out anyway, so I'm going to call that good. And by the way, this twist rate likes heavier ammo, and I'm just using 55 grain stuff. So the fact that it's like, you know, I mean, it's a red dot, obviously not a scope, and I'm not really, you know, I'm not going for precision or ultimate accuracy, anything like that, just sending them down there. So it's printing them pretty good, all things considered. But I got my gong down here, 150. And she's not going to swing because she fell over into the mud there, but go ahead and send a few down there on that. Not sure where that first shot went. High, was it? I don't know. maybe I do got to bring it down a tad. I'm going to aim at the bottom edge of that with this next 2 shots, see where they go. So yeah, I mean, 5.56 pretty flat shooting cartridge out to 150 yards, so I'm going to bring it down a couple clicks, and that should put it about where I want it. But before I do that, my battery's dying here. Go ahead and try to wrap this up. Of course, I'm going to have images coming up for you guys, like I said. And this guy's hard to hear out here, but I'll zoom in so you can see it. That is 300 yards, and that's like a 1/6 scale buffalo, something like that. So while it's still high, I'm going to go ahead and send a few down at there. So I'm just going to cover that guy with a dot and see where we're impacting. But I'm pretty confident I can get 300-yard hits with that dot. No problem, which if I didn't mention it, it's a nice, fine, crisp dot. So I'm really loving the dot on that. And that magnifier works excellent. I mean, I didn't have to tweak anything. It's just I threw her up there and she's ready to go. Lines up real nice. The dot's right in the center where it should be. You know, I got a full view window. I did notice I have to bring my face kind of close, so you might not want to put this on like a 308. I can see it further back here, but I got kind of like a black ring around the edge, so I scoot my face up a little closer, and then I got the full eye box. So that's something to keep in mind there. But most people are going to use this on 5.56 anyways, or something similar. All right, here we go. Hopefully you guys can see it right there in the sun. I'm having a hard time seeing myself now. Just with my own eyes, I mean, trying to look at the screen here. I can see through the red dot, no problem. All right, so I missed one high. I was aiming a little high on his back there, thinking, well, maybe I'm getting enough bullet drop out there, but nope. So I brought her back down, and the rest were hits there. So yeah, I mean, that makes 300-yard shots real easy. And I could barely see it without that magnifier, and then flipping that magnifier made it super easy to see it, and precisely where my dot was on it. So that magnifier definitely is helping out a ton on those longer range shots there. So here's my attempt at showing you kind of what it looks like. I mean, these images are just absolutely horrible. Whenever the sun's directly in my face like this, it makes it way worse. But I was having extreme difficulty when I flipped the magnifier over, getting my camera to focus through the magnifier. So as always, but especially this day with this optic, it looks so much better in person. So don't take these images to heart. It just to give you kind of an idea of what you're looking at here. So this is 100 yards. Again, looks much more clear and crisp in person. Even the sun glare is not really noticeable. It's just my camera picking that up. The red dot is much more bright and vibrant and crisp. It's also a little bit smaller to the actual eye than what my camera makes it appear. And if you notice it looks offset, that's just because of the angle I was having to hold the camera to get that image. Now here's the same 100 yards with the 3x magnifier flipped over. Again, it looks terrible, but it's the best I could do with my camera. And you can see it brings you way closer there. So that magnifier is great. Now here I'm showing you, getting ready to look down here at 300 yards. You can't even see the 300-yard mound, but there's a little red arrow there to highlight exactly where it is. And then once I flip over the magnifier, again, the camera's picking up all kinds of crap you don't see in the glare and making it look horrible, and the red dot looks faint when it's not. It's clear, crisp, and super bright red. But you can see how much closer it brings you down there at 300 yards. But again, it looks so much better in person. Like, you can't even see the thing I was shooting at down here in this image, but I could see it just fine, no problem, with the naked eye. So yeah, nice little setup there with a nice fine dot. Pretty clear and crisp for me. Made 300 yards real easy, so I'm extremely confident I can make 400-yard shots with that, no problem. And I'm certain I could get a bunch of hits at 500 as well. But if you guys want to check it out, there'll be a link in the description. For other products you see me using in my videos, like the shooting bag there, target stand, paper targets, rangefinder, steel targets, I use in more, links in the description. And for Pew products I cannot link to on here, check out my campsite page, which is also linked in the video description and in my bio. If you want to see more optic reviews, check out my parts, accessories, and optics playlist on the channel. Thanks for stopping by, checking this one out today. I really appreciate it, and I hope to catch you on the next one.